So, what's in the future for you?
Well, hopefully with this merger, I will become another educator. I will educate, I will keep on coaching, I will do, hopefully I can keep coaching teams. And again, I don't know what my duties, but I will definitely stay within the game of soccer. I am not about to retire. I told my spouse when I'll be 95, she'll still have to wheelchair me on the field.
You know, we have a joke at our house because I'm driven to be successful in a lot of areas of my life, but as a retiring soccer coach, I'm a complete failure at that. I've been trying to retire for a long time.
Yeah.
So, just a couple more things, and again, I want to thank you because you've been really gracious tonight and giving us some time. And
it's my pleasure.
I'm going to ask you to give 3 different levels of people here who might be watching some good advice, okay? First of all, let's talk to the parent. And if you can, give them your perspective on what it takes a parent to do, plus the player to do, to get the player to the level of excellence they need to be at.
As parents, we need to encourage our players to be able to work on their own. As parents, we need to understand the game. As parents, we need to be able to take 10, 15 minutes of our weekend or our day to watch a soccer game, watch an international game, to watch the MLS, maybe kind of see what our children go through when they are on the field, understand the nuances of the game. Also, let the coaches coach. Let the coaches coach. And as far as the players are concerned, they need to understand that the time that is spent with the coaching staff is never enough. Never enough. Players need to understand that as they become expert in math, expert in algebra, expert in calculus, is because a teacher gives you algebra homework. The same thing with our soccer players. They need to be very astute and very diligent at wanting to do homework. 7, 8, 10, 15 minutes at the maximum away from the Nintendo, away from the Wii, and to just work at their skills, technical skills.
And to watch
watch games. And watch games with their parents. I mean, I'm sure that a child who watches the game and a child who plays the game can very much educate their parents. They can tell them, look at this pass, look how they struck the ball, look at that goal. I mean, those are things that our children can help the parents as well.
Yeah, great idea.
Yeah.
And finally, for the coaches, what should they be doing?
Education, 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 knowledge. As much licensing that any of the top coaches have, there is absolutely no place in being stagnant in the knowledge. The knowledge can come from watching games, the knowledge comes from attending events, and to be part of a program, to be a coach and to believe that education is really what needs for our coaches.
Yeah.
Don't stop getting educated. Coaches who say that they know it all and they don't need to go any further, I think they need to find a different avenue. Coaches need to constantly stay in tune with the game.
Yeah.
And I strongly believe that a highly licensed coach needs to give back to the young ones, to the U10, to the U11, rather than say, no, I only want to coach the U17s or the U18s because they're already very good. Give back to the young ones. Recycle yourselves.
Yes. That's where so much of the real education takes place.
Yeah.
If you do it right at 10, then you don't have to worry about teaching them at 14.
Exactly.
So, one final question, and you have so much to do with this. I've had the privilege of working with you quite a few times, back when we used to do Centers of Excellence and ODP and those things together. And, I really do believe and tell everybody that I can talk to who will listen that I think you have had more impact on South Dakota soccer than any other coach I know, youth soccer especially. Where do you see, as a state, and you see players from all over, Where do you see us ending up here? Do you see us continuing to make ground, or do we need to make some more big changes to make another leap?
I think that we need to make better changes. I think that we need to educate more of our soccer community. I don't think, and again, our state needs to be more visible all across the state. We've got to be able to reach to all of those communities who really want to play soccer. And what I mean soccer is to be able to select some of the best players who want to play soccer. Where do I see South Dakota? I see South Dakota on the horizon. If we can build on ODP, if we can have personnel who can identify players and recommend to the DOC or recommend to the state and say these players need to be part of our program, these players need to be involved more, or these parents in such community are so involved in their child's life in soccer, we need to make a greater effort to educate them and bring them soccer.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, did we miss anything that you wanted to talk about?
No, I think I'm privileged that and very honored that I am part of this interview, and that for me it was a great change in my life. A very, very rewarding, a wonderful, enchanting change in my life. And I feel that I did do a little bit of an impact. I feel that, not big, but a bit of an impact.
You've had a massive impact. You're being too shy there, but.
And I just hope that we don't, become complacent about it. I just hope that we keep on giving to our children and keep giving to our children all of the knowledge that, and again, what is very satisfying right now is all of the players that all of us coaches had the privilege to be associated with 5, 7, 10 years ago. Now we see them on the sideline. Now they are coaching. The Connor McKee, the Russ Townsend, that have played at the club level.
Yeah, and at the college level.
Ben Mom, becoming a coach.
Yeah.
All of those players that have gone through the ranks as players, we need to embrace them. Yeah. We need to embrace them so much and entice them to stay with the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Danielle, thank you so much for being here.
You're very welcome, Randy.
I look forward to many, many more years of being on the sideline with you and watching you.
It will always be a pleasure to be with you, Randy.
Thank you so much. And, not for me, but only, but for many, many thousands of South Dakotans who appreciate everything you've done and continue to do for us.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you.
Great pleasure. Yeah.